Views have been looking incredible.
Hope y'all ready. SpaceX lied to us, guys.
Super Heavy has been performing.
And they modified the ticker at the bottom. It cannot be trusted.
Beautifully today. And we are just
watch the booster upon reentry. The speed is what we're looking at. So as we come back closer, this module is gaining speed because it's gaining velocity. It's coming back down, and as this projectile is coming toward Earth, it's going to exponentially get faster as it reaches the surface of the Earth. You see, 4,300 kilometers per hour at 20 kilometers out.
We are expecting that landing burn here. It's 3 views from.
Okay, let's speed this up. Okay, right here. The rockets, the engines, it looks like 10, 11 engines are turned on to combat the projectile's force and the amount of speed it's coming to the Earth. As you can see, that white cap is showing the trajectory of the module. It's right now at 700 kilometers per hour. So 11 engines are cut on. 11 engines are cut on. Now it's down to 300 kilometers per hour. 2, 1. So now that we're under 200 kilometers per hour, we cut it down to 3 engines because we don't need that much to combat the force of the speed of the module.
That landing burn just begun.
Look at that speed.
See the water below.
3 engines. 3 engines. 3 engines are on, and we're at 17 kilometers per hour. So now we can logically deduce that, hey, we could cut these engines off, right? Because we're right there coasting speed. 17 kilometers per hour is only like 9 miles an hour. It's only about 9 miles an hour, right? So we can logically deduce that we can cut these engines off.
And we have splashdown.
So the engines are cut off supposedly now, right? Why are we seeing fire in the ocean at 11 kilometers per hour? Why are we seeing fire in the ocean? Look at that. Why are we seeing the speed increase and the fire in the ocean? It's because this thing isn't turned off. This thing is not splashed down into the ocean like SpaceX wants us to believe. They want us to believe that the engines now have cut off. Well, they haven't. Look at that. Well, they haven't. But in the lower left corner, it shows that they have. Stop lying to us, because now it's at 100 kilometers per hour. So it's now going 65-ish miles per hour. And still going, because look, we're not parallel to the water. We're still skating along the water like a sea-doo. And you see that? Did you see that? They cut off the feed. They didn't show that. They didn't show that it actually is still now skating across the water like a sea-doo. And they modified this ticker at the lower left corner to show that the engines are off when they're not off. Look at the speed. Look.
Congratulations.
You see the speed on the right-hand side? That speed is still going. Look at the speed at the left. It's not zeroed out. It's still going.
SpaceX team.
It's still skating across the water like a sea-doo.
Terminal guide.
That was absolutely incredible. The first 6.
Did you see that? They took it off the screen. They took it purposely off the screen because if people are going to catch on like, that thing's not zeroed out. So the engines are still on. And it's still skating across the water at 65 miles an hour. They aren't turned off. They showed us they were turned off. They weren't turned off. I think that's highly disingenuous, guys.
Successful splashdown of the Super Heavy booster. Loved seeing it just tip over into the water before losing that footage.
Yeah, and I wanted to play that by the announcers to show this is a total body collusion here. That they are in on it too, obviously. But the announcer saying it splashed down in the ocean. No, it did not. They cut the feed off early. And what they tell you over SpaceX announcers is not fact. Is not fact. Elon needs more money. So this is not fact. What she just said.
Now the next milestone.
And this is what pisses me off the most. You see this?
Making it through the reentry.
You see the rocket? It's burning up. It's burning up on the reentry anyway. So take this motherfucker out as far as we can go. Take it to Mars. Take it to the moon. Take it to Pluto. If it's just gonna burn up anyway and you can't use any parts off of this motherfucker, take it out as far as we can go. Why are we cruising right around low Earth orbit where we were barely out of low Earth orbit? So if we're going to lose the rocket completely anyway, it's going to burn up. Look at this. Then take this motherfucker out as far as we can go, G. This does nothing to prove that we can even go to the moon or go to Mars. Nothing. I'm sorry, it doesn't. So I just showed you that the rockets and the engine, the boosters rockets, the boosters engines, I'm sorry, were still lit. They showed us that they weren't lit and tried to lie to us when we saw fire in the ocean and we saw it propelling out at 102 kilometers per hour when this woman is saying it splashed down in the ocean. It didn't. So I'm showing you blatant lies within SpaceX and the SpaceX team, even though they're small. Don't lie to us and don't believe everything that you see. This is considered mainstream media. This is the mainstream, so they're going to lie to us. Keep your eyes and ears peeled, man. It's ICU. And everything about us is blue collar and we gets it out the mud. No one is safe, so stay tuned.